Hello, Coach McMillan.
How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you. How are you?
Doing good, doing good.
All right. Thank you for joining. We will go ahead and begin with the first question from Sarah Spencer.
Hey, Nate. Just what was the plan for y'all's final play, and what did you see out of Trae and the guys as far as executing it and getting it done?
We made big plays down the stretch. We made big shots. We got stops when we needed to. And, I thought these guys showed poise, going down the stretch in a building for the first time with a lot of energy. I thought we did a good job of showing some poise, some calmness, and, just being connected out there. And you got to make shots. You got to make shots when you get those shots. Dre made a big three for us. Bogey made a big three in the corner. And Trae on his finish, that's a big shot with the game on the line.
From Trae, just with his composure and his ability to limit turnovers as well, just what did you think of his performance overall?
I thought it was really good. I thought he did a good job of managing the game, controlling the tempo. Only 2 turnovers tonight. Did a really good job of taking care of the ball. I thought he should have had more assists. We've just missed some open looks on some of his kickouts, but I thought he really did a good job of executing the game plan tonight, not playing in traffic, passing in traffic. This is a good defensive team, and they make you pay if you play in traffic. And I thought he did a good job of, getting the ball out to the shooters. We just missed a lot of shots tonight.
Chris Kirschner.
What do you think it says about Trae as a player that in this kind of environment where there are 15,000 crazy fans yelling, he makes this kind of shot and turns to the crowd and shushes them?
Well, we know that he's tough. He's small, but he's a tough kid. And he's not afraid. And, he's not afraid of taking that shot. And he did, tonight and finish and got us game 1, So he's a guy that he believes in himself. He plays with a lot of confidence out there. And, he's a fearless, small guard. But, I think it's showing growth. His first opportunity in the playoffs to play in an environment like this. I thought he did a nice job tonight.
Zach Klein.
For such a young group of guys making their debut in the postseason, Coach, on the road in that environment, just the 6 turnovers, how impressed were you with the poise and the way they handled the moment?
We talked about that. We talk about our 3 C's, and normally we talk about that in the fourth quarter. We needed that for 48 minutes tonight. We needed to be calm. We needed to be clear about what we were doing and connected out there. And I thought, and it starts with our point guard. It starts with Trae. I thought he did a good job of, controlling tempo. Tonight, we got away from it a little bit in the second quarter. We started to just come down and play a lot of random basketball, and they were able to get back into the game. But settled down the second half, did a good job of just controlling tempo. 6 turnovers against that type of defense when they are pressuring is about as good as you can get.
Justin Felder.
Hey, Nate, another question on Trae. He didn't have any free throw attempts through the first 3 quarters. I believe he had 9 and made all of them in the fourth quarter. Was that something you guys encouraged him to do? Was it something he took upon himself?
No, it was just, again, I think in the first half, we were getting a lot of kickouts and we were not making shots. I thought the second half, we continued to attack the basket, and we're pretty much taking what the defense was giving us. We got to play through that contact. They are a physical team defensively, and, so they're going to be able to be aggressive and be physical. I thought we stayed with it. We continued to run our stuff. We did a good job of executing against that defense and taking what the defense gave us. He was able to get to the free throw line the second half. And we want to continue to keep the pressure on the defense by attacking. The second half, we was able to get to the free throw line.
Jeff Schultz.
Yeah, Nate, I also actually was going to ask you about free throws too. I was wondering if you thought the game was officiate any different in the last half of the fourth quarter? Or like you said, was it just a matter of you guys being more aggressive and taking the ball to them?
Again, I think we took what the defense was giving us. The first half, we had a lot of kickouts. The second half, the lane opened up a little bit more, and we was able to get to the basket, get to the free throw line. But I thought we really did a real nice job of taking care of that basketball. That's the key against this type of defense, this type of team, and during this time of the season.
And I know you said you thought your young guys were going to be ready for this moment and everything, but as a coach, what's it like to watch them go through a game like this and handle the moment and, like Chris said, handle that crowd? What's it like for you from the sideline to see that?
Well, we all are into the game, so, they are out there, and I have to try to keep my poise too, and stay calm out there. And you really, I kind of felt like they were playing a little faster than I would have liked. But, when you at the end of the game and you see the end results, you're just happy for, those guys continuing to believe, continuing to learn to control a tempo and win a game. This was going back and forth throughout that fourth quarter. We were down, I think, 2 or 4 at the start of the fourth. And, they just showed growth again tonight, being able to finish this game and win this game.
Chris Biblamore.
Hey, Coach, maybe lost in a game like this when you win at the last second is a job that some of the other players do. I wonder what you thought of Lou Williams. I think he scored 13 points in 12 minutes. How much were you relying on him, and what were your overall thoughts?
Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lou did a nice job, for us, especially in the second, the third and fourth quarter. Was able to keep us close. And, it got to a point where, he was playing well, and I was going to sub him with Trae. And, Trae basically said, look, let him go. He's doing a good job. We're going to let him go. We left Lou in the game, and he was able to, again, keep us close. And, that's the role of a backup, is to keep that game close. Or go ahead, and he did a good job of scoring, which we know he's capable of doing. We definitely needed it.
Excuse me, Coach. I'm sorry. Next question.
We definitely needed his scoring at that point in the game.
Okay. We will go to Vince Goodwill next.
Hey, Nate, you played with a guy in the 90s, Gary Payton, who embraced being the villain on the road and being able to take all that energy and harnessing it. When you see Trae doing it himself, do you try to harness that as a coach, or do you try to just let that permeate through the rest of the team? Like, how do you try to coach that, or do you not want to, try to tame that?
No, I'm basically coaching him. And I don't want to take his fire, his instincts away. We talked about that, blocking out the noise and basically, play your game, play with confidence, have fun out there, but understand that you have to control tempo for us. So it's something that he has to learn to do in an environment like this and this time of the season. And I thought he did a good job of that, being aggressive, finding his teammates, taking the shots. He missed a couple shots early in that fourth quarter, but he's a confident kid, and that last shot that he took out there, he made it, so play your game. I'm not going to, handcuff him. Play your game, and I will coach you. And he just really did an outstanding job for us tonight.
Mark Bradley.
Yeah, Nate, on the last possession, it had happened in the first half too, where they brought Tina, I'm sorry, I'm saying that name wrong, off the bench to run at Trae on a last second shot thing. did you know in the huddle that was coming? And because it looked like Trae, it wasn't any sort of pick and roll or anything. It was basically just Trae getting free on his own.
Yeah, well, we had a play drawn up for, Trae was an option, and we had several other options on that. It's just basically we have to make a read on what the defense is doing. They did, go in the backcourt and deny Trae. So we had, some things set up with that play. But I mean, that, he's going to be one of the options in pretty much mostly what we do. So, who they put in, it really doesn't matter. I thought we did a good job of executing the play, and Trae, took what the defense gave him. They basically gave him single coverage, and he won that matchup.
Thank you.
It looks like 3 more. First from Chris Kirshner.
What did you see schematically as the reason for why you guys were so successful in the pick and roll tonight?
Again, I thought our guards did a good job of reading the defense. I thought we had good spacing in our pick and roll sets. When you don't have proper spacing against an aggressive defense like this, they will be able to cover you. You have to stretch that defense with your spacing. So it starts with proper spacing, and then our guards have to make the read on where the defense is rotating from. And again, I thought we had a lot of kickouts in the first half. We didn't make those shots. We didn't make a lot of shots tonight, only 17 assists. We should have had more than that, but I thought it starts with our spacing.
Simone.
Yeah, what did you see from Gallo? He struggled finding a rhythm on offense, and yet you had enough confidence in him to put him on the floor for the final possession. And I assume you also were okay with it if he came for him getting the final shot.
Well, we're going to play through Gallo. He's a guy that can make shots and spread the floor. He reads, he does a great job for us, especially on the offensive end of the floor. So that last play, again, he was an option as well on that last play. We put him in for Clint, and we went with an offensive team, and we had a play drawn up where we had a couple options in that set. What ended up happening was Trae getting the ball, with John and Gallo on the floor space. It just opens up that floor, and Trae had basically a layup.
Final question from Peter.
Nate, Randall hasn't had many nights like that, shooting the ball 6 for 24. What'd you guys do to make him so uncomfortable tonight?
I thought we just tried to stay in front of him. Don't foul him. Make him shoot over the top. He's had such a great season. He's been, just dominant in our first 3 games, and we just needed to stay in front of him and not allow him anything, any space to, attack us. So I thought our guards, our guys who rotated on him, some of the guys who switched on him, did a good job of staying in front of him.
And how dangerous are the Knicks coming off the bench with Rose, Burks, and Quickly?
All of those guys have hurt us. They hurt us in regular season. Rose and Quickly, that combination. Burks has been playing well for them. We knew that they were just as big of a factor as Randu in that first unit. So their bench is really good. And they, again, tonight they hurt us. So we got to do a better job on those guys. I think the main thing is we did a pretty decent job on those guys. We just didn't rebound the ball as well as we needed to. We gave up 13 offensive boards. And that's tough when your defense is stretched and you're trying to box those bigs out with single coverage.
Thank you, Coach. That was our final question for you.
All right, thank you.